This is my last one, this.
I would say yeah, but my dad's not about.
A bit low for me, this guitar. Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't sell much for me, just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him when he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, went and named me Sue. He must have thought that it was quite a joke, and it got a lot of laughs from lots of folks. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some guy would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean, and my fists got hard and my wits got keen. I roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made me a vow to the moon and stars, I'm gonna search the honky-tonks and bars. I'm gonna kill that man that gave me that horrible name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry. I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. On an old saloon on the street of mud, there at the table dealing stud, sat the dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Yes, Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad from a worn-out picture that my mother had, and I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and grey and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you're gonna die." That's what I told him. Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he came up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. Well, I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and the gouging the mud and the blood and the beer. I tell you, I fought tougher, man, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laughing and I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun, and I pulled mine first, and he stood there looking at me. I saw him smile, and he said, "Son, this world is rough. Is a man gonna make it? He's gotta be tough, and I know I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I gave you that name and I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die, and it's that name that helped to make you strong." He said, "You just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you if you do." He said, "You ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your gut and the spit in the eye, 'cause I'm the son of a bitch that named you Sue." What could I do? What could I do? I got all choked up and I threw down my gun, and I called him upon, he called me a son. Come away with a different point of view. Well, I think about him now and then, and every time I try and every time I win, and if I ever have a son, I think I'm going to name him Bill or George, any damn thing but Stu. I still hate that name. Yeah. Thank you very much. That's me.